Alright, so we have reached the final part of the CRUD series, which is delete, and in this video we are not going to refer to two different classes or two different files, for one for list for marks and one for dictionary for marks. Since the delete operation is basically the same for both, we are deleting the entire chunk of data. Considering there is a dictionary inside students list in both the cases, that entire dictionary, which is the student's details, is going to be deleted, right? So we're not going to delete a particular item, we're just going to delete the entire block of data or entire chunk of data. So we're just going to remove this, right, and we refer to the only this one. And this is not as trivial as it sounds. Deleting data is one of the most sensitive operations in any system. If your logic is even slightly wrong, you risk corrupting your dataset or introducing hard to debug issues. So in this video, we'll be implementing just the deleting functionality. So let's break it down. Alright, so inside this delete student method, which is being called by the object in line 99, case 4, and inside this we have an if condition where if there are any students, then you perform this, and if there are no students, then you just print that there are no students to the user. And say if there are students, then what happens? The user will be asked to enter the roll number, and this is the unique ID in this case, where I'll be using it to search and deleting that particular chunk, right? So we'll keep this on standby. What I'll tell you what to do with this roll. Now there are two ways of looping through the students list to look for that chunk of data. And say in case 1 enumerate, and case 2 that is directly accessing the students list. Okay, in case 2 we have, for every student in the students list, we first check if that role that we entered is matching with the role in that particular dictionary student, corresponding to that key role. All right, and CONF, that is confirmed, is a message that I want to display to the user, whether are you sure if you want to delete it or not. Because most of the time what happens is, if the user clicks on delete by mistake, where his intentions were not to delete it, and that would be a very bad thing. That would not be the right way to go. So we don't want the user to have its credentials or any data removed unnecessarily. So we always confirm whether they want to delete it or not. So on pressing that boolean value, okay, this is not a boolean value, this is a string value. All right, we could have also taken a boolean value right here. Say if we wanted boolean value, then we would have either given true with capital T or false with capital F, and that would have been accepted as a boolean value and checked. If this is true, then delete it, otherwise we just break. All right, so since here it is a string value, we enter Y either in capital or in small letter. So uppercase or lowercase, whichever chemicals we are providing, it will accept both, and it will just take that student as an object. Okay, and use the remove method to remove that entire dictionary, okay, from the students list. Okay, and your students list is a reference variable that belongs to the class, so that is why we're using the word self, keyword self. All right, and then we finally print that it has been successfully deleted. Moving on, we just break from that, and the reason we break is that we don't want this to print as well. So inside for else, we have this statement where the roll number doesn't exist. So if this condition is not fulfilled, that is, if the role does not match, that the role that we entered does not match with the role that is present in the dictionary, means it is not there in the in the students list, then that means that it is not present. So it says that it doesn't exist. But if it does exist, it performs this operation. All right, so I'll just run through this, but before I run through, I would like to say that this is a very critical point, and when you remove elements from a list while iterating, you need to be very deliberate. Using direct removal works here because we break immediately after deletion, right? So without that break, you're entering unstable behavior territory, right? We don't want this. We don't want the user to see this when it has already been deleted, because that will cause confusion. And this is the kind of detail that differentiates a beginner from someone who understands how collections behave internally. Alright, so I'll just run this and we'll see how it is being deleted. Okay, so I'll just add one student for now and say number of subjects 2, 90, 76, and go for option 4. Enter the roll number to delete. Say if I give the wrong roll number doesn't exist. Okay, but say if I do give the right roll number, say 1, are you sure you want to delete? I press no, so it will not delete. Okay, so it'll still be there. If I go for displaying all, it'll still be there. Okay, now but say if I want to really delete it, and on the confirmation also I press enter the roll number, say 1. On its confirmation also press Y. Now if I had given capital Y also, it wouldn't have, I mean, it wouldn't have made a difference because both camel cases are accepted here, right? So Dion's details are successfully deleted. So if I go to display, there are no students in the list at present. Okay, now if I told you that we had done this, we do this with the same dictionary, okay, where the entire operation is just the same, every line of code is just the same. Okay, I'll just add a new student, number of subjects say 2, subject name physics 80, math 60, add another student Rohan, roll number say 2, enter a number of subjects say 1, subject name is geography, marks just passed. Okay, and we say that we want to delete it. Okay, but before we delete, I just want to show you what are the objects that we have. We have one Zara and her details, and Rohan and his details. So in Zara we have 2 subjects. Alright, so we want to just delete this. Okay, say roll number 1, 4, enter the roll number, say I give the wrong roll number doesn't exist. Okay, what if I delete roll number 1? Are you sure you want to delete it? Okay, are you sure you want to delete Zara's details? Okay, since we have given roll number 1 is referring to Zara's details, so in this print statement we have referred to the student and to their particular key, which is name. We want to print his or her details. Okay, this is how we refer to that key inside the dictionary, to be able to refer to be able to tell the user that are you sure you want to delete this person's or that person's details, or the person having this roll number's details. So so in case if it was roll number, you just have to write roll, but in this case it wouldn't have made sense grammatically, so best to give it just the name. Okay, and say if I press yes and give it a capital Y, okay, Zara's details are successfully deleted. Okay, and if you go to check, you just get Rohan's details. Alright, and Zara's is not there since it's been deleted. So at this point you've built a complete student management system, you can say, using CRUD operations, create, read, update, delete, implemented in 2 different ways. One where marks is considered as a list and where marks is considered as a dictionary. And the conclusion should be clear that lists are simple but lack structure and scalability, whereas dictionaries, they provide clarity, control, and are closer to real world backend models. So when we work with real projects, we'll be coming across a lot of dictionaries nested inside lists and other dictionaries as well. And it is imperative how we loop through and how we structure the data to be able to retrieve that information inside that API, right? And if you're aiming for backend development roles, this distinction is not optional, it's expected. From here, the next logical step is to move beyond in-memory storage like file handling, databases or building APIs using frameworks like Django or Flask. Right? If you want to, if you want, I can extend this exact project into a production style backend system. Let me know in the comments below. And I hope this helped you understand this how CRUD operations actually work in Python, not just as a syntax level, but as a data structure and system design perspective. So if you have any questions or edge cases you want me to cover up, drop them in the comments. And until then, keep practicing, because implementation clarity is what separates learning from real skill. All right, see you.